What's up? I've been coaching a bunch of players, and it seems like the most common error I'm finding is a lot of players don't really know when they should be going in or who they should be fighting. And with that, it seems like most players don't have a plan then, so whenever they hold tab, they see the characters they're against, they don't really know what they should be doing. I see a lot of players diving the wrong characters, wasting a lot of time, or just going for the tanks when they should not be going for the tanks at all, just in general. And I believe that a lot of that can be fixed just by figuring out who you should be going for at what times, and who I prioritize over other characters whenever I see them against them. So yeah, let's break it down. So the S tier characters are going to be the best characters that I always prioritize no matter what. It's going to come out to Moon Knight, Hela, Adam Warlock, Black Widow, Hawkeye, and Namor without the Luna buff. But if he has Luna buff, then I put him probably about like C tier, but yeah, without Luna buff, he's definitely S tier. So these characters, in my opinion, the best way to counter all of them is just by holding your Storm Surge until all of their abilities are gone. For instance, Namor's bubble, you have to wait about 3 seconds before he falls back down, but if you hold your Storm Surge and don't Awakening, you can knock him out of midair, which will force him to fall down from his little glide, and you can either ulti him in midair to kill him, or you can just pop the Awakening to murder him afterwards. Same with Hawkeye, Black Widow, Adam Warlock, Hela, and Moon Knight. They all have their little escape abilities where Hela can fly away, Moon Knight can fly away, Adam Warlock can put his soulbound down, Hawkeye can knock you backwards and then double jump, and then Black Widow can just pull you in. All those characters, all I'm going to be doing is waiting out their 1cc move and then fighting them afterwards. But as long as you get the upper advantage on them and Storm Surge first, and they don't get any shots on you prior, you're always going to be able to handle these characters no matter what and take them out in a 1v1 no matter what, even a 1v2 no matter what. There have been so many scenarios where I'll fight a Hela and a Rocket, or a Hela and a Luna, or a Hela and a Mantis, and I'll just completely demolish both of them no matter what. Thor can do a lot of damage and can survive a lot, but as long as you're going for the right characters at the right times, you can genuinely 1v2 so many scenarios and make the plays in the backline that you need to make. So yeah, with that S tier lineup, if I see any of these characters, no matter what, I'm gonna go for them. It feels like they have no counterplay compared to what I can do to them, and compared to the characters that are right below them. So yeah, S tier characters by far. I'm going to dive them no matter what and murder them. Coming in at A tier though, we have Luna Snow, Punisher, Cloak and Dagger, Invisible Woman, Squirrel Girl, Mantis, and Loki. So for these characters, I put them at A tier because I feel like they have one tiny move that counters me really hard, but besides that, I kind of just clear them. They can't hold any competition against me. They're not too annoying to dive, but they can kill me if it comes down to it, or just escape any scenario, so I have to play pretty well, and you have to land all of your abilities a lot better than you have to on S tier. But still, these characters are very easy to catch out, and without a doubt, you can beat half these characters in A tier. It's just the fact that they can stall for a little bit that makes it kind of annoying. For Punisher, my best advice for him is just wait for him to not have his shotgun out. As long as when you engage on him, he has to go through the animation of switching his primary gun out to his shotgun, then you're always gonna win. But if he has his shotgun already out, then you can kind of get 3-tapped. I'm not gonna lie, he can legit 3-tap you if you're close enough. So just be careful against that guy, and watch out for the infinite ammo as well. I think a lot of players get caught up by the Rocket infinite ammo and they think they can't dive him, but in reality, just wait, bro. Just wait. That ability goes on a cooldown for like 25 seconds to 30 seconds, so as long as you wait for it to go down, you can use all that time to go in. But yeah, in A tier, just watch out for Loki clones, watch out for Loki runes, but besides that, most of these characters, they have really small skill expression moves that can stop you. Luna Snow's freeze, Mantis sleep, Squirrel Girl jump or her root, Invis goes invisible, but if you have your lightning realm up, you can counter her pretty hard. Cloak and Dagger can use her little shade move where she goes invincible for a little bit and can even get some elevation by doing that, so pretty annoying, very easy to counter, very easy to kill, just pretty annoying to dive. Now for the last three, these are honestly characters that I'm never gonna go for ever. If S and A are in the game, I'm never going to go for B, C, or skill matchup literally ever. However, in B and in C, Thor handles all of these characters extremely well. Thor can kill any of these characters extremely well, and in my opinion, even in B and C, Thor is still favored immensely. For the tanks in the front, Magneto, Strange, Penny Parker, and Groot, those four characters are only going to be attacked if I'm on offense, looking for a play, knocking them into my team. Most times what will happen is I'll play forward, I'll try to dive the back line, and I'll notice a lot of the players back up so far. If you ever go in and you find yourself just dealing with players that are backing up completely and not even playing into your dive, they're just kind of grouping up together and running away, then all you have to do is turn your camera, go to the tank, and knock the tank into your team and play on him instead. Get a full 6-man focus on that character and he's screwed. The same thing goes for Penny Parker, Groot, Doctor Strange, just knock them all in, bro. For Mr. Fantastic, Scarlet Witch, Magic, Black Panther, and Iron Fist, these 5 characters right here are just very annoying to kill. in my opinion, you handle them very well still. No matter what, you can still murder Black Panther, Magic, Scarlet Witch, Reed, or Iron Fist. But it's just very annoying to fight these guys. It takes forever, they stall forever, and you'd have way more pressure going for somebody in the back line like a support rather than going for these characters. It's just not worth it at all in my opinion. As for Bucky, Storm, and Iron Man, why they're not in skill matchup or in C tier is because you can genuinely handle these characters pretty well in my opinion. Bucky Barnes by far is the most annoying out of I think every character from B to A to S. He's very immobile in comparison to like Star-Lord, Psylocke, even Hela or Moon Knight. The most annoying part about him is the fact that he can pull you in during your awakening, he can pull you in after your awakening, and he can fight you with bonus HP, and that makes him a lot more tanky than most duelists. But besides that, as long as you land your awakening shots, this takes a few more, maybe 2 or 3 more, you should be fine against Bucky Barnes. He's not the best, and if you get a hold of him with your Lightning Realm, you can pretty much always one-shot him with your ultimate, or just get him to 1 HP so you can finish him off later with your Storm Surge or your awakening. So Bucky isn't too bad, I just don't ever focus him. As you can see, he's pretty much on the last part of the list for characters I will never go for. In C tier and in skill matchup, I'm never going to go for these characters, literally ever. I am never going to fight these characters at all unless they're like the last person or I have somebody else hitting them with me. So take these last 3 with a grain of salt. Take all these characters in B tier with a grain of salt. I barely go for them ever. They're just there because I can still fight them. I can still kill them. I just don't want to. And yeah, for C tier, you're going to see 4 very mobile tanks. Very mobile tanks that I never want to go for unless I'm hard peeling. I'll fight these guys if we have a Strange and they have a Strange and then they have a Hulk or a Thor or a Venom or a Cap and then I'm the Thor. I'll fight them constantly if they're causing pressure in my backline and I have to peel for my team because nobody else can. If anyone's on your backline, you can just turn your head 3 degrees and go for them immediately. But most annoying part about that is you can use your resources a lot better by not peeling. You can use them a lot better by just diving the backline and causing their supports to not heal their tanks that are diving in. And as for the last 3, Jeff, Rocket, and Spider-Man, it's not worth it, bro. It's not worth it. They can escape you at any point. They are so fast, they are so tiny, they're so mobile. Those 2 can heal themselves while you're chasing after them. You can handle them fine, you can kill them just fine. You can kill Jeff, honestly, really fast. You can kill Jeff through his own heals. Is it worth it though? No, just don't go for these guys. The hardest part about Jeff is you can't Storm Surge him. Like, you can't knock him out of his little underground mode. If he's in that mode, you're screwed. You can just hide in there, and yeah, the last 2 don't really need an explanation. They have the same explanation as Rocket or as Jeff. They're just really annoying to fight. They're really mobile, and it's just AIDS. As for skill matchup, these characters, Wolverine, you can beat him. You definitely can beat him, but if he has ultimate up, you're gonna lose. His ultimate will basically change the tides of any fight, and if he already has full fury, then you're probably gonna lose too. Still, you can beat Wolverine. It's just not worth fighting him ever. Just don't go for Wolverine. I've actually forced Wolverines to change off of their characters by just consistently fighting them at good times. All I'll do is I'll fight them whenever they don't have any fury up, or I'll fight them when their passive is down, like the little lifeline that gives them an extra HP. Besides that, I'm gonna permanently avoid Wolverine. Like, I can kill Wolverine. I know that I can. I know that if my team gets his passive down, I can actually win that matchup. Wolverine in general is just very good against 2 tanks, so just don't play 2 tanks into Wolverine and you're gonna be solved. That's my biggest tip of advice. For Psylocke and for Star-Lord, the biggest counterpoints about these characters is the fact that they can do your job just way better. They can pick and choose their own battles at any moment in the game. They can jump in, they can jump out, they can go invisible, they can dodge your shots, they can fly away. Both these characters have so much mobility in their own way, where if you chase after a Psylocke, she'll go invisible, and if you hit her with any ability, she can stay invisible. It's not like Loki at all, where she gets revealed, she stays invisible. Naturally, every single Psylocke player will not use their dashes like an idiot. They'll either dash on top of you, or they'll dash away, and they'll save their second one to the ends of the earth. And then after that, they have hit scan, so they can just dash across a room, and if you don't have your awakening shots up, you're pretty much useless, right? A Psylocke can just kite you the entire time while you're trying to melee them, but you can't hit her because you're melee, and she's not, and it's gonna be chasing her around the room the entire time. She's gonna kill you. It's horrible. Fuck Psylocke. She's annoying. The worst character to ever go against. I hate it. Any good Psylocke and Celestial will completely run you. They'll stand still and watch you writhe in pain while you can't catch up to them because they're just a little bit faster than you in every moment, and they have hit scans, so they're always gonna hit you. Oh, it's AIDS. Yeah. Psylocke is the worst matchup for you, in my opinion, next to Star-Lord, with his frame-by-frame dodges, right, guys? They're frames, right? It's the same frame as a Dark Souls frame, just a little half second, a split second. Like, nah, obviously Star-Lord's frame-by-frame dash lasts a lot longer than 1 frame, but because of that, it's really annoying to have to land your awakening shots on him. It's pretty much impossible. He can just, again, pick and choose his battle. If he fights you with your awakening rune up, he can just run away, and then you can just wait for your awakening rune to be down, go back at you, fight you again because you're melee. You can definitely escape from them pretty easily. You can just run away and get back to your team pretty safely. However, it's just the worst thing imaginable to fight them. I'll never go for them literally ever. And if they're terrorizing my team as a duo, then I'll always just go for the supports in the back line. The most effective way I've seen to fight these characters is by just going for the supports and making it impossible for the supports to heal them. Besides that, I'm never going to fight them head on ever. It's horrible. So yeah, here's my tier list of the characters I'm going to go for and prioritize in every single game. It's okay for Thor to not be hitting things as long as you have a plan on who you're going to attack. If you're waiting for somebody to respawn and you're putting yourself in an area where you can actually like collapse on them or take advantage of their range and where they set up, if you're actually just putting yourself in a very good scenario in a spot to attack these characters and you know who you should be going for, then in my opinion, you're doing your job just fine. Don't worry about always hitting somebody. As long as you're neutralizing that threat and you're consistently neutralizing that threat, then you're doing a good job. My goal at the end of every single game is to get the players to say, Thor, why do you hate me? What the hell did I do to you, man? Why are you on my dick all game? That's my goal. I want them annoyed. I want them frustrated. I want them to question why I just demolished them for the last 15 minutes. And hopefully at the end of every single game, you'll get the same results too. When you destroy these Hellas, destroy these Punishers, destroy the Moon Knights. So I hope this helped. Hope y'all enjoyed that style. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace, 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 bruh. Peace.
2 to the 1, from the 1 to the 3. I like good pussy and I like good trees. Smoke so much weed you wouldn't